Why, hello. How's it going? Welcome to my channel. How are y'all doing today? As you can see from the title of this video, I am gonna be playing with some new makeup today. I did a little damage at Ulta, just a little bit of damage. Little Ulta haul here. Everything is from the new arrival section. I was just browsing through. There's so many new items out there, so I was just like, let me put together a face. But there are a few places where I didn't, have an item, so that's where I'm bringing in all the old. I have some major OG products here to mix in with all these new items. So let's just get started and get right into it. So for my face, for my foundation, the first thing that I got new from Ulta was from Mented. I don't know if you've heard of this brand. It's basically like pigmented, mented. And it's a really amazing, Black owned by two women who are like really good friends. They started together, and definitely it caters and is like highlights women of color. I didn't really know that when I purchased this. Like I had just seen this brand around and honestly didn't know anything about it. I saw it at Target. And then like after I purchased this is when I actually researched it. So we're gonna see if this color works for me today. I bought the lightest shade they have, which is L10. It said literally like fair something, so, but it's fair based on like a more, melanin rich pigmented skin tone. So, but I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna try to make it work here. I'm excited to see like the formula. So as you can see, it's an awesome stick foundation. It said that on their, when I was reading about it, that it's buildable coverage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a pretty hydrating base, and that way I can use that very sparingly, and I'll like buff it into my skin and try to make it work with my skin tone. And then by using the like concealer I'm gonna use and stuff like that, I'll make it work. And if it really doesn't work for me, then I'm just gonna use it in my kit or give it to a friend. But I am excited to try more things from that brand because I did see they have like lip glosses and all these amazing things. So to start off, like I said, I'm gonna start with a hydrating base. So my first OG product that I'm gonna start off with is the Vitamin Rich Face Base from Bobbi Brown. This stuff, there was a time when you couldn't even like get this stuff, like it was sold out constantly at Sephora. It's really nice and hydrating and is amazing. Like it makes your skin ready for the makeup. It almost makes it like have like a little, not tackiness, but a little something. So I just grabbed a little bit with my fingernail, or sometimes I'll use a Q-tip. This is just my personal one, so of course not do anything like in my, if it was in my kit, I would use a Q-tip 100%. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on. Oh, just like the smell of it is bringing back memories. Smells are so nostalgic, aren't they? It's crazy. All right, look, I'm gonna bring you in here a little more. So see, that just gave me like, look at that glow that just gave me. Just from the face base from Bobbi Brown. Good times, good times. Okay, so now, we got the foundation here. So the brush I'm gonna use to put this on is also an OG. I couldn't find my full size one, so I have like the teeny tiny one. But basically this is the, oh my God, I just got the face base on. This is the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. Anytime someone needed a good buffing foundation brush and they didn't want to spend an arm and a leg, this was the first brush that I always recommend, because it's just awesome. It's like $9, and at Ulta, like they're always having sales where they're buy one get 50% off or something like that. So it's just like, they're such an awesome brush for the price. So yeah, highly recommend, like highly recommend. But this is just like, they had these like tiny ones and I had bought them just to keep in my purse. So, but it's the same exact. So you can see that it's like dense, but still fluffy, like it's soft, so it's not too crazy. So what I'm gonna do is grab it like this on the brush so that I have a little more control again, because this is definitely like kind of dark for me. But like I said, I'm gonna try my best to make it work, and I mean, I have been in the sun for the past couple days, so I'm starting to get a little more color. Barely. No, but basically what I mean by color is that my freckles start to come out and I get red. Okay, but here we go. She's gonna be warm at first. But again, we're gonna get this to work by making sure I blend it down all the way. And see, the thing is, I do have the pink in my skin, and the red right now is actually like, this color is actually pretty good at color correcting it, because this has like such a warmth in it. It almost has like a yellowy undertone as well, a little bit. It's not that crazy actually, the color, is it? Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna just put some right on my face. Okay, so I mean, that's what it looks like when I first put a stripe. I mean, definitely like not my undertone, and definitely too dark, but it's okay. We're still gonna make it work. I'm just gonna go like that. We'll blend it. And one of the new items that I'm using today, and what I purchased in my haul, is the new Shape Tape. So that is what we will try out with this now. So yeah, Shape Tape, you know, Tarte Shape Tape. By the way, just because I almost just said it, I just want to say, do you know how many times like I said to people, to customers and stuff, like, and to even like I would even, yeah, people, clients I'm doing makeup on, like how many times I said Shart instead of Tarte Shape Tape, just because it's like, it tricks my tongue, you know, like it's like the words together, Tarte Shape Tape, you know, it's a lot. So I remember one time like totally having a like me and a customer were totally cracking up about it for a long time because I said Shart instead of Tarte. But so they just came out with, so that's what I'm gonna try, is the new creamier version, which I'm very excited because I mean we all know that when Tarte Shape Tape came out, it took over the world. I mean, it's still, I know, like probably I don't know, is it still, it says on it like #1 concealer brand, but sometimes they say that and it's like, what does that mean? Like when you actually like look into it, it's like #1 concealer brand in prestige prices from this price to this price, from, you know, it's like whatever. So yeah, they say it's #1, but I mean, I do know obviously Shape Tape was #1, I'm sure, for a long time, but I feel like there has been a lot of competition, and so, and people realize like the Tarte Shape Tape is just very, very full coverage and very, very matte, the original one. So I mean, that's obviously why they came up with a more hydrating one, which is good, so that they can try not to lose their customer base. But okay, so look at that. I kind of like this. So definitely, like, I would say that is like a pretty lightweight, like to medium coverage. Okay, now don't forget about your ears. This is one thing a lot of people forget about, and I do too sometimes, and my ears get really pink, and like that is something you definitely can see in photos. So how does that look close up? Let's see. Can you see? How does that foundation look? Looks pretty good. My nose is always my trouble. The nose is like always where my makeup like comes off so easily, and also because I can't help it, like my nose always itches because I get allergies a lot, especially right now because it's springtime. So one thing that really gives it away when your foundation is not the right shade too is don't forget about this area. Like, do you see how white my eyelids were before I put that? And that gives it away so much that it isn't the right shade for me. So again, as long as I can like kind of blend it down here, it'll be okay. I'm putting a little bit over my eyes again, this one too. Looking pretty good. All right. So actually, you know, especially this is the beginning of the season, and I do get color. Like, I know you might be surprised, but I do get a little bit of color mixed in with pink. By the end of the year, I'll definitely be a lot tanner. So that actually might. So next new thing we're gonna go into, like I said, I have the new concealer. I decided just to get like the travel size because I don't know, just in case. The last thing that you want under the eyes, when our under eyes are usually already dry, and especially like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting up there in age now. I'm, you know, gonna be 40 in a few years, so the last thing we want is dry under eyes. All that does is accentuate our age and our lines and our wrinkles and our crow's feet and all that jazz. It has some pretty awesome ingredients on the back. Like I did notice that it has like mango butter, it has like shea butter, it has hyaluronic acid in it, it has like a bunch of different root extracts and things. Aloe. Oh, aloe is one of my favorite ingredients of all time in skincare. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yeah, so let's go. Let's see. Tiny little guy here. Oh, by the way, I got the shade Light Neutral 22N. So I don't know, let's see. Hopefully it's, I wasn't sure if, I didn't want to get too light, but I didn't want it to be not light enough. But actually with this little bit of darker foundation I have on, it'll probably be good because it's not too crazy light. Oh, I instantly noticed it has a fragrance, like very much more than the other one. Wow. Oh, you can definitely smell that. It has a fragrance for sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I mean, it's okay. It's just that like some people, you know, are very sensitive. So I'm just using my finger. I like how, oh, wow. Did you guys see how that just blended? I'm actually a little shook right now. Look at my under eye here. And that was just a teeny bit from my hand. Okay. Okay, Tarte. Here we go. Getting a little more. But again, using my finger. And it feels really nice and lightweight and creamy. This is why I do this like this. See, I like stamp it out. Because that way, I don't get too much. And I will, like, I like to drag it down a teeny bit. And that will help cover, like I said, the redness on my cheeks that I get a lot. It's just, you know, being Irish. Oh my god, look at that concealer though. And it, like, I love how lightweight it is. Wow. I'm trying to get the best lighting here for y'all. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I like this concealer. Look at that. That's a huge difference from side to side. Is it just me? Or am I like, do I see a huge difference? Okay. And the shade is perfect. Perfect. Tap, 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 like very lightly tapping. Not dragging, tapping, tapping, tapping. And I like make sure definitely in here so I get, oh, darkness. Oh, I really like this. This is really awesome. I really, so far, I'm really into this concealer. It is very, very nice. It looks awesome, right? So if I don't know if you saw that I did bring like a teeny bit on top of my eyelids. I'll bring more on the side actually. Just to, again, I always use concealer as primer. If I'm gonna be doing like, I mean, if I'm going out, like out, which, when's the last time I went out to like a club or something? But if I was going really out, I would definitely put an eyeshadow primer. But well, so most of the new stuff I have, I'm just gonna tell you so you can see. I have Smashbox for my lips mixed with so this is the new Smashbox Be Legendary Prime and Plush lipstick. I have it in the shade Literal Queen. I love that name. So I got a Morphe lip liner to go with it called Backseat Love. It looks like a really awesome nude. We'll see how these pair together. They may not be the perfect match because this one looks like a little more coral, but again, we'll blend and make it work. Also, the Flower Beauty for my brows, the Tarte liner, which this is what I'm most excited about, is the Tarte, holy moly. It's a liquid liner that has eyelash glue in it. So this is what we're gonna be trying out. I have lashes. So I'm gonna try to shut up here and speed it up because I know I'm really, like, I'm such a talker. I'm using the original contour palette from Smashbox. Grab a little bit. I'm gonna add some right again. I used to tell people if you just pretend you're connecting the center of your ear to the corner of your mouth, that's usually the natural line. I already have like kind of an indentation, so it's easy to see, but everybody has that. Or you can feel, like where you feel your cheekbone and then you feel it kind of like go in right there. That's where you want to put a little contour if you want to accentuate your cheekbone. But again, I'm keeping it very natural. I don't like it when it looks too crazy and too chiseled. See my cheek right there? And then I'm gonna tuck it right there. and kind of lifting it upwards, and that was what's gonna kind of like lift my cheek. See that? Okay, I feel like I put a little more on the other side, so I'm gonna go back here a little bit. Again, right here under my cheek, and I'll even drag it up. I have a pretty wide face, obviously, and a very round face, so I usually do bring contour and bronzer up here, because see how it kind of like helps to make my face look a little less wide. I had a boo-boo the other day too, because I do like the micro, like the shaving with the little shavers. I do it for my whole face, and I accidentally like came in a little bit too close there, but that's okay. Okay, so just a little more of that contour. Now, whatever I have left of that contour, I am gonna, again, I always put a little bit on my chin, and I'll even put some up here, because again, I have a really wide, pretty round face here, and by doing this, see how it's kind of like starting to tuck, it's kind of like making this look a little bit like it doesn't exist. It's all about shading kind of like around our face, and then it also makes like our face pop when we do that, which is why, you know, Scott Barnes, whenever he does J-Lo's makeup, he always like basically uplights, I don't know, or he always has tons of shadow under her chin. And then blend, 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 blend. Buff, buff, buff down. Not trying to be too crazy, my contour. You definitely see her though. All right, I'm gonna grab a little more, still the contour shade from the Smashbox Step by Step contour palette. It's just such an awesome contour palette. It's just the best matte, soft powders. So it's so easy to blend. It's just an awesome, like it's a foolproof, if you're not used to contouring, it's a great starting off one, because it's very easy to work with. They're very blendable, so I feel like you can't really mess it up. The more you buff, it's just gonna blend it out, no matter what you do. So I'm grabbing a little bit in the middle shade now, bronzer. This is that same brush I used in a video a couple weeks ago, which is from that brand Antonym. And I've had it for a really long time, and it's their contour brush. And they, like I said, they do sell it. I will definitely have everything linked down below. So with the bronzer, you can see, you know, I have the contour here, like a little bit underneath, but the bronzer is more like on the tops of my cheekbones, right? That's like what's gonna make it look like I got a little color. You know, when we're in the sun, usually it's the high points, right, that will get the most color. So like our cheeks, around the perimeter of our face. And the biggest thing is like some of the biggest tips I give people when, like, cause it's hard for me to do makeup without almost like training them at the same time, is just remember, if you notice, every time I'm grabbing some powder, I'm tapping off, right? The first place that I put my brush is where the most product's gonna go. That's where all the powder that I just, you know, put on there. So if you notice, I'm not going like just a flat right on my face. I'm very softly trying to like disperse the product. And then once I feel like the product is pretty much dispersed, then I can kind of go back in and get a little more like, a little less precise and a little more just like buffing, right? Because that, you just never want it to like, sometimes if you have too, like if you go right in, it can be hard to like blend it out, you know? So I'm gonna grab, oh, this is what's gonna really brighten up under my eye here. This is the highlight powder in here, which it's a matte highlight. So, you know, it's basically a banana powder. But, oh, do you see how much that brightens up under my eye? It's just so good. Tuck it right there. And then I'll even do like right here, so I have like the little like, I don't know what they used to call that, like the V of light or something. Whatever. If you're looking dark throughout the day under your eye, like your concealer's gotten funky, whatever, use the highlight, and it just like instantly kind of fixes you up here. Now you can also use that to fix. That's why I want to make sure, like, let's say I feel like I came down too far here, I could just tuck this. See how now it's making it a little bit more precise. It's like almost like I'm not baking, but just kind of clean that up, and then I can also kind of buff it over my contour if I feel like my contour on my chin was too much. Look, tuck it right here. See, it's just, I know a lot of people will do baking, and basically that just like helps to clean up the line, you know, for your contour, and then also they'll do it under the eye, but it's usually like majority of people don't need to bake because it's way too drying. Okay, there's that. Now, quick little blush here, another OG. I have my little trusty tiny little Makeup Forever compact that you can just like add whatever, and these are all Makeup Geek. And I have one of my favorite this is an OG Makeup Geek blush, Spellbound. I think she still sells Spellbound, but I love this shade. It's just a perfect everyday. So again, I'm focusing on my cheekbones here and kind of like buffing it back. I have MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. This is such an OG. This was probably one of the first highlighters, I feel like, that really got popular. I mean, before highlighters were even like crazy thing. And I just, like it says, it's soft and gentle. I love it because it's not too crazy. So I'm grabbing it on the Smashbox Precise Highlighting Brush. I love this brush so much. You see the angle on it? But it's still soft and fluffy. So it's like, that is made to perfectly tuck on my cheek right there. I'm tapping it out again, so I don't have too much. And I'm just gonna kind of grabbing a little more up here on my high points here. Other side, again, focusing it on my high points of my cheek, and I'm very softly dusting that, and I'm gonna bring it all the way over there. The glow. Grab a little bit from my, oh, see, this is why I love bringing out the OGs. It's like, we have so much stuff, you know? The makeup industry is crazy, and I have so much stuff. Ooh, look at that Cupid's bow. I love that. So much stuff, and there's so much good, amazing OG stuff that we can't forget about. That's still the ride or dies. Okay, so now let's try something, one of the new things from Flower Beauty, which is, you know, of course, Drew Barrymore's line. I love Drew Barrymore. She's one of my favorite actresses ever. This is her new brow product. So basically, it's like her version of the Gimme Brow from Benefit, where it has like a, you know, a little bit of color. It has a tiny little brush. And we're just gonna try to use this on our brows here. So what I like to do with these kind of things, I just realized this has like, oh yeah, so it's called Fiber Fix. Oh cool, so it has fibers in it. So that means it's gonna actually give me a little volume, which is amazing because my brows are not that great. But okay, so what I do is I'm just gonna start to comb this in the front here, and I'll almost like use the tip of it like I'm using a pencil, and then start to just put a little product. Now I'm using the shade Light Brown. They did have one that was lighter. I believe it was blonde, but I was just like worried it was gonna be too light because again, it's a fine line. Oh, I like that. How's that looking? Oh, I like it. Definitely is making my brow look like fuller here. The color is a little warm, but it's kind of interesting that this is considered light. I mean, yes, it is light brown, but it's just interesting that they only had one shade more darker than this, you know? So this is definitely light. Trying to get my arch here. There. It's pretty good. I like it. So that was cool. All right, so next thing, let's see. Next thing I have, so let's put a little eyeshadow on. Now, this is the OG of the OG for this video. The other day, I was watching a Nicole Guerrero video, and she showed her old-ass Naked palette, and I know everybody who has been in the industry or a makeup person has an old ass naked palette that is busted and falling apart, and here's mine. And her saying that, look at mine, like my mirror, look, it's broken. I had it taped, but I can't get rid of this. This palette is iconic. Like, I'm never gonna get rid of this palette. And we're gonna put it on her eyes right now. It's like 10 years old, but who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna die. Powders never go bad. And yeah, so when Nicole Guerrero showed hers, it was like totally busted. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna use that palette. It used to be like, that was the shit. Okay, so I had put that a little bit of concealer, right? So I'm gonna grab Virgin, all these classic urban shades. Virgin, which is pretty much a really good base color here. It has a little bit of sheen to it, that shade, but I'm using, by the way, the Smashbox. This is the contour shadow brush. This is such an awesome brush for like everything, basically. When I used to tell people, if you can only afford one brush for eyeshadow, get the Smashbox Precise Contour Shadow Brush or whatever, because it's like, it's not too big, it's fluffy enough to blend, but compact enough to really get some color on there. You can use the tip of it for the outer corner and to blend into the crease. It's just great. So, Sin. And that's the shade that I was most excited about using today. That's the OG shade. Oh my God, Sin. It just was so easy. I would just like throw it on with my fingers even back in the day. I mean, I still do that. And it's just like a very soft, like barely there coral. Like corally pink, but barely there. We got the Sin on there. Now I'm taking Buck, oh, such an OG, which is just like a perfect matte transition color, and I'm gonna, or like a crease color, and I am gonna buff that into my crease a little bit, just to give me a little bit of dimension here, since right now it's just very pretty like light and shimmery and bright. Grabbing product, always tap off. All right, important shit. Now let's get to this thing that I've been most excited about, which I think is literally like, if this works, which is the Tarte Maneater Lining Lash Glue. So it's basically a liquid liner pen that has lash glue in it. I'm kind of blown away by this, and if this works, this is pretty legendary. Like, I don't know if anybody else, does anybody have something like this? Exactly like this, where it's like a, wow, like a felt. Wow, and it has, wow. It is so pigmented. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on. Let's see, what did the directions say? I'm curious about, like, you must have to wait for it. So normally, obviously, lash glue, you have to wait for it to get tacky. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me get my lashes all ready. So I'm just gonna use some OGs, the Ardell's. These are just like the natural Ardell's. I always get these big packs because I just keep them in my kit, and they look like beautiful, but not too crazy. All right, those are ready. All of this, let me put some mascara on. So one of the new things I also got for today's video is from Essence. Just a great cheap ass brand, but they're known, these mascaras like are really awesome for the money. They're like what, $3 or $4. This is the Lash Princess, and this is like the Disney Princess version, so I guess that's why it was in the new arrivals. I love the brush. So it's supposed to give you a false lash effect. Let's put a little mascara on before we put the lashes. Oh. Okay, I don't need to put that much because I'm putting these lashes on, right? We're just doing this for that. Okay. Now, pretty good mascara for how cheap that was. Okay, let's go in with the liner now. So I'm just gonna do like a thin line on my lashes. It says, apply directly onto lash line as a liner, let dry until tacky. So just like normal. Tip, look down in mirror. Yeah, so this is basically like it's saying, look down in mirror, which is true. When I am going to put the lashes in, I always hold a mirror, and I hold it, and I have to kind of like look down in the mirror and then put it on like that. That's how I can see like where I'm going. mascara. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a thin line here. I'm wondering if it's like I'm gonna apply just like normal. Yeah. Fixing her a little bit. Okay. Okay, so she's pretty smooth here. Right here. Now, a lot of people will use, like, they'll use tweezers to put on. It's like so funny because I'm trying to keep my eyes shut, or like, you know, kind of closed so I don't mess it up. All right, I wonder if it's getting tacky. I wonder if it takes like the same amount of time as like. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go in. So right, like I said, we hold the mirror down here. Now I'm gonna look down. My serious face. I always like kind of start where I just use my fingers. Like I said, you can use tweezers, but I'm gonna place it right in the center. First, I'm kind of lining it up where I think. If you need to, sometimes you need to cut, but I know that these ones are usually pretty good for me. Okay, so I'm just placing it, boom, right there. Now I'm taking the side here, tuck it in, take this edge here, and tuck it in. Holy shit. That just went on so easily. Ugh. I always get mascara here. Squished in, hooded eyes, suck. But oh my god, did you see how easy that just went on? How? That went on so easy. Oh my god. Okay, so I think that this may be a serious game changer. All right, let's do the other one. I'm so jealous of people who have really big eyes that can like even have their eye all the way open doing their mascara, doing their liner. It's not me. This is the struggle of my life. Yep. That's it. Oh, well, my makeup struggle. Going with the other one. Got the other lash now. Okay, I got my other eye on. Oof. My allergies are crazy now. I had to like fix this under eye here because my eye was watering like crazy. Just letting it go. But that lash line glue from Tarte right now though, yeah. I think it's a game changer. I think this is now maybe gonna have to be in my kit soon. I have to get a new one for my kit. I mean, this one went on like a breeze. Okay, so last but not least, I believe this is the last thing that we have for the video. Yes, last but not least are some new items for my lips. So Smashbox, like I said, they came out with some new lipsticks. They're called the Prime and Plush lipsticks. Smashbox is known for their lip products. They have the best liquid lipsticks, hands down. I don't care what anybody says. They are the best liquid lipsticks ever. But yeah, Smashbox has the best lip stuff ever. So this is called Literal Queen. It's like a hydrating formula. Yeah, because it has their primer oil in it, which their primer oil, which is amazing. It just has like 15 essential oils in it. Oh, so healing and like, oh, for every balancing even. So the fact that that's in this is amazing because you know it's gonna be super hydrating on the lips. The liner I got from Morphe called Backseat Love. Which, by the way, it looks exactly like a MAC. Whatever, not that. But, all right, so let's see the shade from Morphe. All right, so let's just go in here. I'm gonna line my lips. I have foundation lips right now. I always start on the bottom, but whatever you want. I usually think the best way is to start from the outer corner a lot of times, or start from the inner, go out. I always end up overdrawing a little bit. Overlining, but it's okay.
Make sure to get a nice, about the Cupid's bow. She feels really creamy. Feels like a nice liner. I mean, it's really creamy. It glided right on, so, but who knows how long it will stay on for. What I'm gonna do with the Smashbox lipstick, instead of putting it right on my lips, because I'm worried that it's very, very coral and very bright and maybe a little bit too bright, I'm gonna use a brush, and so that way I can kind of like tone it down a little bit. So I'm taking the Morphe brush, which I believe is actually for the eyes. It was in an eye kit, but it looks like this. It's literally a perfect lip brush, and I'm grabbing some of this lipstick. I love that it's called Literal Queen. Yes. I wonder how long I can do that for. Okay, so I'm grabbing a good amount of the product. I'm going like this. Just actually works good. The colors, they work fine. I mean, they're a little different, but the new lip liner is actually taking away from the brightness of the lip, which is good. Well, it's good if you want to be less bright on your lip. Right now, I do. So I'm bringing it all the way up to the lip line so that I can kind of blend it in with the liner, so that it doesn't look so obvious. She feels really nice, and I just have a feeling it's gonna stay on for a long time, that color. Ooh, all right. So this is my finished look with a bunch of new products and a lot of OG products. What do we think? Oh, I know, right there is crazy, but that's because my eye was like literally, you don't even understand. I had to like redo that eye because it was like a watery mess, but this is what we got for a finished look with a lot of new products. So let me just see. Let's think about the products. Okay. So I like the foundation. Again, even though it may not be exactly the shade for me, it works fine, actually. But yeah, I like it. Let's see, the concealer. Oh my God, the new Tarte concealer. I'm into it. Let's see, what else do we got here? So the brow from Flower Beauty. I think I liked it. I mean, it definitely made my brows look fuller, right? The liner and the lips. I like the liner and the lip a lot. Oh my God. So that lining glue though, the Tarte Maneater Lash Lining Glue, like I said, I've said it a million times, that's a game changer. And that was what I was most excited for. And Tarte did that. They did it. I think it's really awesome. I hope you guys are gonna go have an amazing day. It's so beautiful outside. I'm now gonna go outside and get a little fresh air and some vitamin D. Sorry, I'm so extra. But I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.